Infinitive English. Together, we're gonna make your English better.
How much to rent all three of them out for the year?
I'm gonna pay for 3 billboards on the road no one goes down unless they got lost or they're retards for a year.
Quick, ain't you, Welby?
Well, since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards. Since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? How you living? I hope nice. Welcome back to Infinitive English channel. I am your host. My name is Rahman, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down some lines that we have already previously started with. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. But today, we're taking on this guy, Welby, with this southern drawl accent. Without further ado, let's get to it.
Phonetical breakdown.
Since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards. Since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
Since what I say goes these days down at Ebbing advertising desk, I'm going to strike you a real good deal on those billboards. This is what he said. Now, let's break it down. No, wrong one. Yeah, this is the good one. This is the good one. This is the good one. So, he said,
since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
Since what I say goes these days down at Ebbing advertising desk, I'm going to strike you a real good deal on those billboards. Did he say, since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm going to strike you a real good deal on those billboards? No, he didn't say it. Listen to it again.
Since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
Since what I say goes these days down at Ebbing advertising desk, I'm going to strike you a real good deal on those billboards. Okay, now let's do the breaking, guys. Let's go. So he said, since what I say, pick this sub-chunk first. Since what I say, so since what, we need to stress, again, guys, again, and again, I won't get tired to remind you of the most important part of the American lazy English. Connected speech. Everything is chunked. Okay, so since what, this sound goes into what? Since what? Now again, you see? I and it. What? And I. Okay? I, diphthong. So 2 vowel sounds surrounding the T. Gives us the, you guessed it right, a flap sound. Yes, of course. So what I say is going to look like what? No, I'm sorry. What I say? What I say? Since what I say goes these days. Okay, goes these days. Now pay attention in here. So there's the difference between this singular and these plural. Check this out. So in this, we have the relaxed this, it, okay? When in these, we got the tense E sound. So check it out. This, E, these. Now, over here we have the S sound, and over here we have the Z sound. So this, these, okay? Now, since what I say goes these days, what I say goes, what does that phrase actually mean? So what she says goes, what I say goes, it means that I am in charge and whatever I say goes. It was a nice explanation, wasn't it? Shit. I'm sorry. So anyway, so since what I say goes, meaning I am the man, I am in charge. Whatever decision I'm going to make is going to be a right decision and my employees will follow it. Okay, now. Since what I say goes these days, now down at the Ebbing advertising desk. Now listen to how he said this.
Down at the Ebbing advertising desk.
Ebbing advertising desk, Ebbing advertising, not advertising, but advertising desk.
Advertising desk.
This fella right there, fella, you remember what the word fella means, right? So since that fella is from the South, obviously Missouri, okay, it's down south, they got this specific accent is called Southern drawl because they tend to stretch some sounds and pronounce them a little bit different from the rest of the country. You know what I mean? They stretch it a little bit, okay? So they say not tire, they say tar. They do not say fire, they say far. But it's a topic for a completely different video. Now I just want you to pay attention. I just want you guys to be aware that there are so many different accents and they all come down to, you guessed it right, phonetics. But nevertheless, it doesn't make it any easier on the American English because all of those accents, they represent lazy American English. So he said, down at Ebbing advertising desk, down at Ebbing advertising desk. Again, guys, everything is connected. You see, I said like a little bit with the Southern panache, if you will. Everything, okay? So down at the now, at the. He did not say at the, okay? He said down at the. So we connected at, and this TH sounded almost like D. And we connected them both. Down at the Ebbing advertising desk. I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
Okay, he said, I'm gonna, you remember, right? Going to, it's gonna, but there are plenty of ways how native speakers may pronounce this reduction. Gonna, it may sound funner, I'm gonna, and so on and so forth. If you haven't watched my video, it's on my channel, go ahead and check it out. But nevertheless, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal. Now, strike you a real good deal. What's a strike a real good deal? So he's gonna strike like bowling, or he's gonna strike like, you know, a baseball or something, or he's going to strike like, you know, again, put some hands on. No, guys. Strike here means I'm going to make this deal happen for you, okay? The nice deal on those billboards. Now, on those, again, the same thing like at the, he connected here, same thing here. On, and this goes into TH, right? We got this, the TH with the vibration. Of course, I have the video with the explanation of the difference and sounds. And in this case, we have this, and listen how he said this.
I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those okay? So it's almost like it was a D. On those, right? On those. And sometimes, listen to them again.
On those billboards.
On those billboards. It's almost as if there was no D or TH at all on those billboards, okay? Now, guys, here goes our favorite part of the show. Backward sentence exercise. I hope y'all ready. Let's get to it because it's the most important part. Because this is exactly how we working out. This is exactly how we are making your English better. Your American lazy English better. We need to be able to repeat it. So we are going to be able to understand it easier. Without further ado, let's get it. So on those billboards. Now, guys, pick whatever you want. You may say on those, or you may say, like I've explained, on those. But keep in mind, every time you are reducing something, you just not live it out. You need to keep your concentration on that sound. It's just being reduced. It's not being vaporized, though. It's still there, right? Okay. On those billboards. Real good deal. That's a real good deal, okay? Real good deal on those billboards. I'm gonna strike you a real good deal. I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards. Okay, so it was the second part. Now let's get back to the first part because we're going backwards, all right? So, Ebbing advertising desk. Well, it might be a little complicated. This is the thing I always try to teach to all of my students when you're working with some materials, when you're watching movies with no subtitles and you're trying to break it down by yourself. The names, the like personal names and the names of places and the names of especially sweets. Oh my goodness, they got so many items of like different kinds of candies, sweets, candy bars, you name it. So it's really hard for people who haven't been there to identify like what it is. Like, okay, what's Ebbing advertising there? Well, Ebbing, it's the name of the place, obviously. But you have got to take it with a grain of salt and concentrate on the truth of the matter, which is being the connected speech. So, Ebbing advertising desk. Let's try saying this. Ebbing advertising desk. Okay, let's put the full backward sentence technique here. Desk. Desk. Advertising desk. Now, so let's split this. Advertising. Like I'll split it like this. Zing. Advertising desk. Ebbing. Again, this is not ebbing, okay? It may be the it may be the ing, but it's still ebbing, okay? This is the sound, ebbing, okay? Ebbing advertising desk. Down at the ebbing advertising desk. These days, and you keep in mind, right? Not this days, but these, plural, meaning all, right? So these days, and what does these days mean? Well, it means nowadays, okay? These days down at the ebbing advertising desk. These days down at the ebbing advertising desk. Since what I say goes. Since what I say goes. Since what I say goes these days. Since what I say goes these days. Since what I say goes these days down at the ebbing advertising desk. Okay, great, guys, you're doing good. So, since what I say goes these days down at the ebbing advertising desk, I'm going to strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
Since what I say goes these days down at the Ebbing advertising desk, I'm gonna strike you a real good deal on those billboards.
All right, my friends, that'll do it for today. I hope you guys have learned something from this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Take a couple seconds of your sweet time. Don't forget to drop a like. It only takes a couple of seconds. Hit the notification note, subscribe button, so you won't miss any positive content going on forward. Stay tuned out there, stay safe, and remember, together, we're going to make your English better.